What is going on, everybody out there in YouTube land, out there in podcast land? What's going on? Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Ready Set Action Commentaries. I am your host, Mike, and as always, I got my very lovely co-host, Cosplay Cass. What's going on, Missy?
Not much right now, but I'm so excited to get into this.
Oh, I am absolutely excited to get into this because, as you guys can see, we are watching by far one of the most funniest and probably one of the most, most memorable movies of all time, The Princess Bride. Now, I also wanted to go ahead and say this. A couple days ago, we had our social media guy post on our Instagram. He pulled up a clip from, what the hell was the movie? The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. And it's just like, really, you're going to be pulling that up when we got a schedule to keep?
Yeah.
By the way, yes, we are doing a podcast here on Thursday. Cass's schedule got changed, so we have to change the day.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we can apologize all we want, but guess what? It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Well, E is checking in with us. What's going on, E? Of course, always a long time now subscriber.
Yeah.
Actually, he's just a season 4 subscriber.
Yes.
But drink of the night. What are we doing tonight?
I am boring, so I have water.
Well, I'm boring as well. I got water as well.
Oh my god!
Mike's not drinking alcohol? Shocker.
What the hell?
I know, right? Like, I'm going straight up for the water.
I feel like this would be a good movie to have alcohol, too.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. I was honestly thinking the same fucking thing. Oh my gosh. But, I don't know. I feel like, this is also a great movie to do shrooms with.
Low-key, yeah.
But if you guys would like to join on and watch this movie with us, please pull up The Princess Bride on any streaming service that it is available, which for some reason this movie is both available on both Disney Plus and Max. Like, that's so weird that this movie is available on both streaming services. Because, like, I feel like Disney and Max, they compete all the time.
I think so. I mean, yeah, it is kind of weird. Very weird.
But I also wanted to let you guys know that tonight I will be recording some new reaction content, including starting to react to the Batman animated series.
Woo.
Yes, woo. Let's woo all the time.
Yes.
But, with all of that being said, like I said, go ahead and pull up The Princess Bride on any streaming service that it is on, or go ahead and put your DVD or Blu-ray in and pause it at 0 seconds. As soon as we say ready, set, action, go ahead and press play. So, are you all ready, Cass?
I am all set.
Alrighty, well, with all of that being... Whoops. And I kind of screwed up a little bit. Just bear with me. Bear with me, people.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. There we go. Now, with all that being said, quiet on the set, please. Quiet on the set. Ready, set, action. It's kind of weird seeing a 20th Century Fox film without the gigantic, like, dramatic introduction.
I was just about to say.
It's like going into a Star Wars movie and not hearing dun 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 dun, like all that's Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, cover your mouth, kid. Okay.
I love this.
This tells you just how fucking old this movie is. Playing with the old Atari system, by the way.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's the kid from Little Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie so much.
A little bit.
I haven't seen this movie in so long.
Yeah, it's really fun to see Fred Savage again.
Mm-hmm.
See, you can actually tell that this is located in Chicago because Fred has got a ton of Chicago Bears crap all around it. Oh my God, oh my God, Peter Falk! I fucking forgot he was in this movie.
Yep.
Oh my God, Columbo. For everybody who doesn't know, he played Lieutenant Columbo on the NBC-ABC series Columbo. You know, when I was a kid, the books were invented too, but there was still television. I will say this, for somebody who actually lives with my grandparents and they actually watch the Columbo show, I will say this, I never really got into Columbo, and I never thought it was that great of a show. But Peter Falk has always been a great actor.
Yeah.
Oh shit! By the way, did you see the glass that was on the little? Did you see what it was? It was the Empire Strikes Back glass.
Yep.
That's awesome.
His name was Westley.
Sure it is. Could you imagine having to live in fucking medieval times?
Yeah.
See my face shining in it by morning.
As you wish. The way I will say this, the way Cary Elwes just says that, it's so it's a very romantic way of saying it.
Right.
As you wish. And I also love the fact that Carl was actually in Robin Hood Men in Tights. That was one of the funniest movies ever that he's done. But he was also in I don't know if you know this, he was actually in Liar Liar.
I did not.
Yeah, he was in Liar Liar as like Jim Carrey's ex-wife's boyfriend or whatever.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie.
I will say this: whenever we watch Liar Liar, it's already a 10 out of 10. I feel like that's just Jim Carrey's best.
Oh yeah.
Whoops! Jinx! Go buy me Coke.
God. Aw.
Hold it.
You know what? Here's the thing. I ruined a really wholesome moment during a Goofy movie. Now Savage ruined a really good wholesome moment.
Yeah.
What did good?
By the way, we actually had a subscriber listen to that show, and he put the time where I said it, and he's like, what did he just say?
Oh my god.
I don't know why. I went back and listened to it, and I forgot what I said, and I was like, oh, you're retarded like me. And it's just...
Yeah.
Yeah, completely fucked up a great wholesome moment. But that's what us gingers do. We ruin things.
Wow. I mean, I wouldn't say that, but...
Oh, come on. Be truthful.
Oh my god.
I feel like Cash doesn't want to admit it because her job is on the line.
No, that's not it. What are you talking about?
Her job's not on the line. She could say the most effed up things to me, and I still would keep her on here.
I would never do that, though.
Lies. Absolute lies.
Oh my god. Okay.
Murdered by pirates? It's like, damn, kid. Yeah, I've been there before. Never a good feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I would just love to take a trip to England and actually go to these fields where these old, like where these old castles are, because and it's the same with Scotland. Oh God, this turd.
On that sundown, I shall marry a lady who was once a commoner like yourself.
I feel like they picked such a terrific person, a terrific actor to play the biggest douchebag ever.
Right.
And I think it's kind of funny because Chris Sarandon right here, he was Detective Mike Norris in Child's Play, and he was Jack Skellington's speaking voice in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh shit.
Boo! Oh wait, that comes later. Sorry, I jumped the gun. My fault. Dang it.
Poor Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Although the law of the land gave Humperdinck the right to choose his bride, I love him.
I mean, technically, who would?
Mm-hmm.
Despite Humperdinck's reassurance that she would grow to love him, the only joy she found was in her daily ride.
Man, I really wish I could go horseback riding again. I miss doing it.
Yeah.
By the way, Wallace Shawn!
Oh my god!
André the Giant! Oh my gosh.
I love him.
Oh God. You know what? I have seen the... First of all, I actually hated that right there. That was horrible acting on that part.
Yeah.
But I just love... They did the documentary on the Princess Bride, and Robin Wright, who plays Princess Buttercup,
Mm-hmm.
she was in tears because she was remembering André because of what a terrific and sweet person he was.
Oh.
I'll be totally confirmed.
Never say the thing about killing anyone.
You're gonna help me start a war.
My God, just looking at Wallace Shawn, just like how young he is.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And then, of course, the latest thing that I ever saw him in, like in his now years, was in Young Sheldon.
Oh my god, me too.
You hippopotamic land. That was such a terrific insult. That had to be the most intellectual insult you could ever hear.
Yeah.
And you, his voice. Why were you living in Greenland to begin with? Good God.
Yeah.
Ugh. Greenland. Cassini can fuss. Think you'd like to scream at us? Very, very short on charm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is just such a great quotable movie. Bessie, are there rocks ahead? If there are, you'll be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody want a peanut? that one was the best. Anybody want a peanut?
Yeah. He reminds me of Sloth from the Goonies.
Oh my God. I love that comparison. I love that. Hey, you guys. Oh. I still cannot believe they are making a new Goonies movie, and it's just like, how can somebody explain how the fuck you're going to top the original? Because you can't.
Nope.
Doing that, we can all relax. It's almost over. As I told you, it would be absolutely, totally, and in all other ways
Inconceivable.
No one in Gilder knows what we've done, and no one in Florida could have gotten there so fast. Here
curiosity, why do you ask?
I just like him, just like how he's so confident, and then he's like, for just a curious point, why do you ask? I just forgot to mention Mandy Patinkin, who's playing Inigo Montoya, and he does that. That's really smart. Only dog paddle. Wasn't that what they said during when Titanic saw the iceberg?
I think so.
Oh no! Wait, no, they were saying right. Sorry, they weren't saying left. Good. Sorry, my fault. Man, I got directionally challenged at that point. Eek. Now, I can actually see her breath at this point, so that just tells me of how cold that water must be.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely... Tell me you just did not say that about the shrieking eel.
He's so cute. Look at him.
Oh, my God.
Why do
I have a feeling she's going to think the acromantulas in Harry Potter are cute?
Hey, listen. Okay.
Concerned. That's not the same thing.
Because we can stop now if you want.
But I do love Mandy's accent that he puts on for Inigo Montoya because he comes out of Chicago, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yes, you're right. You're right.
That's me reading a book.
Thunk. First of all, that's terrific of how André just thunk. I want to remind everybody that Rob Reiner is, of course, the director of this film, and Rob Reiner is just one of the best directors and producers out there.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's using the same wind, like the same wind, and that other thing. First of all, I do like of how they're using miniatures right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to actually use miniatures when it comes to water because you can't really replicate anything when it comes to miniatures. Actually, those are not miniatures. Okay, my fault. Oh my God, did you just see the front of the ship of what it just did?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it looked like it was rubber for a second. For God's sakes. Now, this scene in particular was so difficult for André the Giant because he had such horrible back problems.
Mm-hmm.
That's a terrific shot, by the way, because that actually looks like a real stunt.
Honestly.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Like, when it came to gym class, I always hated climbing up the rope.
Inconceivable.
Yeah.
Inconceivable.
Never had to do that.
Oh, yeah, thank God for, you grew up in that time. See, you know what? See, he's got a point there. I mean, he has such a terrific point there that he's carrying 3 people and he's only climbing up by himself.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention that Rob Reiner, like, one of the most hilarious spoofs of all time in South Park history was when the episode where the kids got caught smoking and Rob Reiner was spoofed in that one.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my favorite ones because it pictured Rob Reiner as this obese person who was just stuffing his face all the time.
Gosh.
Oh my god. The best line in the entire movie, by the way, coming up here. First of all, do you know how how quick reactions you had to be just to like hold on to the rocks?
Right? Cute.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. Now, from what I actually understood from that line, he actually improvised that line.
Gosh.
And it was if it's actually true, it was one of the best improvised lines ever.
Yeah.
You're satisfied. If I use my right, over to quick. I'll have it your way.
But the episode where in speaking with South Park, like it actually also featured one of the most catchiest little songs that South Park ever did. And it was the cigarette song, like, with a Heidi lighty lighty and a Heidi lighty lay. We work and we make cigarettes all Heidi lighty day.
God. Yeah.
Hello there. Log on. Look, I don't mean to be rude, but this is not as easy as it looks.
Oh my god, I was gonna say, like, why are you bothering him?
I suppose you could have speed things up.
Oh, for God's sakes, you try doing this, please.
Mm-hmm.
Or find something useful to do. Do that? Professor Rob up here, and I do not think you would accept my help, since I am only waiting around to kill you. That does put a damper on our relationship. I promise I will not kill you until you reach the top. That's very comforting, but I'm afraid you'll just have to wait. Very good.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. Like, I've got as much patience as everybody, but I'm with him too.
Yeah.
Anyway, you trust me? Nothing comes to mind. I swear on the soul of my father, Domingo Montoya.
What? For some stupid reason, I just noticed Mandy's, like, his chest hair giving off, like, those Robin Williams vibes. God.
That is a valid point.
Ugh. As we all know, Robin Williams was one hairy dude. Okay, that would kind of bother me if I was actually being pulled up, because my front end would just be banging into the rocks.
Right.
Just be like, ouch, 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 ouch.
You never know. Maybe he was.
Thankfully, those rocks were plastic or fiberglass or whatever. Now, can somebody explain how he got the rocks in his boots?
You don't by any chance happen to have 6 fingers on your right hand? You always begin conversations this way?
Could you imagine actually being born with 6 fingers? Like, like, no offense, but like, you would just be the oddity of a lifetime.
Yeah.
It's never here before he was done.
I think you are right. I think I made the wrong decision in going sober tonight.
Honestly.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
There's other weeks. There's plenty of weeks left here in the year that I can not be sober.
Very true.
A word, the 6-fingered man slashing through the heart. I love my father. So naturally, I challenge his murderer to a duel.
Hmm.
6-fingered murder in my life. But he gave me this.
You know, I'm just thinking in my head, wouldn't those wounds kind of heal? But I'm also thinking like this was medieval times.
Well, yeah.
For the next time we meet, I will not fair. I will go up to the six-fingered man and say,
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepared to die.
done nothing but study swordplay. Pursue them.
It's been 20 years and I've started to lose.
I'll certainly hope you find him someday.
You know, there is an actual birth defect that is actually called polydidactyl. I think that's how it's pronounced, where you actually are born with either an extra finger or toe.
I have heard of that.
Mm-hmm. Now, about the sword fighting, this is what I thought was funny, was that you could actually tell of how fake the swords were because of how much they bend.
Yeah.
Ting, 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 ting. It's like, the generic fucking sword sound.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we did actually have a subscriber email us just this past week, and they said, since you guys are doing movie series, would you be interested in doing Pirates of the Caribbean somewhat, or later in the year?
Ooh.
That's actually not... By the way, you can see the mat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
It's so bad. I understand it's the 80s, trust me.
I know, but I feel like things like that make it comical.
It really does. It makes it super comical that you just can see the errors. Because like a big reminder is let's take a really good movie like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There were movie mistakes in that movie where you saw like an extra in the background, you saw wires coming out of the you just saw little mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny when you recognize or see them. But no, I actually like the idea of doing Pirates of the Caribbean here later this year. It's amazing how we've never done it before here on the show.
Right.
You know, I just thought of this. There just happens to be a bar, like a bar hanging from there. By the way, there's some Madigan.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No one of consequence. Used to disappointment.
That's my life in just a summary right there. Get used to disappointment. This is definitely one of the best sword fights in cinematic history, in my opinion. Because the choreograph is just so fantastic. Like, the people who were able to study fencing and direct these actors in this moment was just brilliant.
Right.
Dang, you didn't see... Whoops.
Oh.
Whoopsie.
We'll soon destroy a stained glass window as an artist like yourself. However, since I can't have you follow me either.
Oh! Oh! Ow! Okay, anybody need some aspirin?
Ayo.
God dang. Ugh.
Inconceivable!
that fucking word he uses. What?
Behind the boulder. Come running around the bend. The minute his head is in view.
Hit it with the rock.
Oh.
I love Andre the Giant.
Right.
Like, Even when he's playing a bad guy, he's such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Oh, completely forgot about that. It's been so long since I've seen the movie. Damn.
Leave you. So what happens now?
We face each other as God intended. Fortunately, no click, no weapon.
Yeah, you kind of had the advantage.
You mean
Yeah.
you put down your rock and I'll put down my sword and try and kill each other like civilized people?
You now.
I mean, yeah.
I think the odds are slightly in your favor at hand fighting.
From my fault being the biggest in this fight.
Aww.
I like that. I don't even exercise. Oh, just like running into a brick fucking wall.
Yep.
God. Yeah, try lifting him just even a half an inch. I dare you.
You're in a centimeter.
You just fiddling around with me, okay?
A millimeter.
There you go.
Wait. You don't want any mask. Were you from acid or something like that?
No, it's just that
Well, he's kind of practical. Well, never mind. That doesn't work. Never mind. The joke doesn't work.
Yeah.
My fault.
It's weird when you give me so much trouble.
Oh my god. That hurt my back, and that just knocked the wind out of me. Oh. Good God. Please don't do it again. Don't do it again.
Yep.
Please don't do it again. Oh God,
Damn.
please stop. My back hurts. Jesus Christ. I didn't think I would experience phantom sense pain in this movie, but dang. Ugh. Yeah, it's... First of all, the fact that André went limp.
maybe the headache you will have will go away. In the meantime, rest well. You will hydrate.
By the way, did you see? André was trying so hard not to smile right there.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Nice suede boots, by the way. Oh, for God's sakes, are you... Okay, that outfit he's wearing makes him look like a ballerina in knight's armor.
Right.
Jeez.
Those footprints or fuel there.
Shall we track them both?
So there's nothing. The princess method.
Now, I almost forgot Christopher Guest playing the Six-Fingered Man. Another great actor, by the way. He's actually a member of the House of Lords, by the way.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. He's also married to Jamie Lee Curtis.
You're saying so many things that I did not know.
It's not my fault I look him up.
With your dead, by all means, keep moving forward. Let me explain. There's nothing to explain.
That is a very, very, very big knife.
Yeah.
Arrangement can be reached. There'll be no arrangement. You're killing. If there can be no arrangement, then we are at an end.
So I think it's kind of funny because Christopher Guest, I've actually watched a couple movies with him in it. One of which is Almost Heroes with Chris Farley and Matthew Perry, and the other is Small Soldiers. It's been a long time since I've seen Small Soldiers. That was such a I don't know, that I feel like that movie just went really under the radar with so many people.
Yeah.
touch.
Looks like cocaine, to be truthfully honest, like the powder.
Smell nothing. What you do not smell is called iocane.
Lovely.
Odorless, tasteless, dissolves instantly in liquid, and is among the more deadly poisons known to man.
Now, I'm very curious. Let me look this up. Like, I'm looking up. Yeah, so iocane powder is a fictional poison, by the way.
Cute.
Because I've always wondered if it was an actual real poison. Now,
All right.
think about this. Like, being poisonous is completely different from being venomous.
Find out who is right.
Because, to be truthfully honest, like, if you were poisoned, you'd just be getting sick. But if you were venomized, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
You sort of man would put the poison into his own goblet or his enemy's. Now, a clever man would put the poison into his own goblet because he would know that only a great fool would reach for what he was given. I'm not a great fool, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you.
He's definitely not a great fool, but he's just a very complicated individual.
So I can
Yeah.
your decision there? Not remotely. Because iocane comes from Australia, as everyone knows. And Australia is entirely peopled with criminals. And criminals
That is actually true about Australia, is that it was actually founded by criminals.
have a dizzying intellect. Wait till I get going!
That's actually a really good statement right there. A dizzying intellect.
Yeah.
See, that's why I thought he was such a terrific role to play in Young Sheldon when he played that that college physicist professor with Sheldon.
Right. Yeah.
So I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you. But you also bested my Spaniard, which means you must have studied, and in studying you must have learned that man...
Now, I think this is kind of funny because this movie had a $16 million budget and it only made a little over $30 million. It didn't even make $31 million at the box office.
You've given everything away. I know where the poison is. Then make your choice. I will. Then I choose. What in the world can that be?
Oh, for God. Jesus Christ. It's such a lame-ass move.
So funny. I'll tell you in a minute. First, let's drink. Me from my glass, and you from yours.
Oh, gosh.
Guessed wrong. You only think I guessed wrong. That's what's so funny. I switched places when you're backwards.
This is like the most... This part coming up here is just like the most awesome karma. Laugh it up. It just keels right over.
Yep.
Who are you?
I'm no one to be trifled with.
Sure Copper was poisoned.
They were both poisoned. I spent the last 2 years building up an immunity to
Can somebody explain how? I never understood that line. How do you actually build up an immunity to a poison?
Great suffering and
Fair.
It's actually kind of like the same because I don't know. Forget it. Not even gonna question it. Now, this movie actually holds a 96 approval rating over on Rotten Tomatoes,
Huh.
which I like that rating. I actually like that rating.
Whatever you ask for ransom, you'll get it.
What I don't like is their score of 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
promise of a woman. You're very funny, Highness.
I was giving you a chance.
Now,
Where are you taking?
stupid thought in my head, by the way. Shouldn't she have recognized his voice?
You think it's not the same?
Honestly.
Yes, he was. That I know.
Now, I do love, because I just pulled it up right here, but there were so many various shots in both England and Ireland in 1986 that they did. The cliffs of Insanity were, of course, the Cliffs of Moher, which is, of course, located in Ireland. One of the most absolutely one of the most famous locations in Ireland. But there was Buckinghamshire, there was Sheffield, Derbyshire, there was Kent, England. There was so many shots from England and in Ireland, and I love the fact that that movies that get filmed over in both in England and in Ireland, because I feel like those are the two countries that are just most interesting to film in.
Right.
Your daughter reveals everything. You're the dead pirate Roberts. Admit it.
With pride.
It's Bao. Sorry.
I'll be complimentary arts. Why loose your venom on me?
There's kind of a reason. Never mind. No, I'll get in trouble if I said it. Never mind.
What's the problem? Like this one?
My mom, she actually listens to this show from time to time. If she actually were to hear me say that joke, she would absolutely rip me a new one.
Lovely.
So I was just like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna behave myself.
Mm-hmm.
Never takes prisoners.
Important to make exceptions. I mean, once word leaks out that a pirate has gone soft, people begin to disobey, and then it's nothing but work all the time.
You mock my pain.
Life is pain, Highness.
Very true.
Anyone who says
I mean, that's just facts.
Yep.
Could you imagine, like, going back in medieval times, being a pirate with some of the technology that you have today? Could you imagine that?
Not at all.
That would kind of be an interesting way to be a pirate, like with actual like technology, like guns and all that stuff.
Right.
You would plunder so much, and then you get back to this century and just sell everything and just make a fortune.
it was the breeze that caught my memory. I asked him what was so important for it.
So yeah, I got two reactions that I'm going to be doing tonight. I'll be doing, of course,
Then he spoke of
the animated Batman movie series, and then I'm going to record a new Dragon Ball, because I haven't recorded Dragon Ball in a long time.
What have I?
faithfulness he talked of, madam. Your enduring faithfulness. Now tell me truly, when you found out he was gone, did you get engaged to your princess same hour?
Now that somebody actually commented on one of the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog that I did last year, and they're like, and they said, when is Mike and Cass going to do a reaction to that show? And it's just like, not a bad idea.
It really isn't.
Okay, that has got to hurt.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Oh my God, the steep. Jesus. Oh.
It looks so fun though.
Sure, let's call it fun to roll down a hill.
Yes.
That steep ass hill, and probably break so many bones in your body.
Yay!
Do you see how twisted Cass is? We're just discovering a new level of twistedness from her.
Hey, listen.
Be wary, Trent. Be very wary.
Yeah.
Again, Trent, just be sure to see her in your scrambled eggs. That's all I'll say.
My God, that's never gonna be let go. Jesus.
I feel like I should mention that almost on a daily basis on the podcast.
Somehow you keep finding ways to mention it.
I don't understand how I can keep finding new ways to mention it. I don't.
I have no clue.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Please.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Yeah, you made my mind so much.
I like that. I like that line.
Yep.
Okay, real quickly, can we give Fred Savage some pointers at the fact that he's balancing that tray with a glass of orange juice on it?
Yeah.
It's actually kind of talented coming from a kid standpoint that you're not spilling everything.
True.
Yeah, I dare you to roll down that hill that's got a bunch of rocks there. See how many broken bones you get. No one's ever come out of the forest before. Nonsense. You're only saying it because it never happened. First of all, that's not even a forest. That's more of a swamp.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it is this fire swamp. My fault, dumbass.
I'd like to go to summer home here, but the trees are actually quite lovely.
Shut up. She's just staring at him. She's just like, you're dumb.
Yeah.
In what universe are the trees that lovely? Exactly. Please tell me why the trees are that lovely. That actually looks like a place that Yoda would live at.
Right. God.
Okay, okay. Just something I wanted to point out. That fire was a couple feet away from her.
Mm-hmm.
No way. Just no way.
You.
Okay. First of all. Now, I did actually hear that Cary Elwes was a candidate for the role of Jack Dawson. Looking at his hairstyle at this point, I can see it.
Honestly, yeah.
I think we can all agree, like, a lot of the candidates who were up for the role of Jack Dawson were very good candidates. I think Tom Cruise was one of the prime candidates for Jack Dawson.
Oh.
And here's the thing. Look, Tom Cruise is a great actor, but I feel like if he did play Jack Dawson, I don't think he would have played it that well.
That's fair.
Most likely kill you in the morning. 3 years, he said that. Good night, Westley. Good work. Sleep well. I'm most likely kill you in the morning.
Now, I do love of how they built this set. This is such a very well done set.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing because it's just like a pirate retiring.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Ryan. So, the names. You got Ryan and then you got Cummerbun. Who the heck would surrender to the great pirate Cummerbun?
Mm-hmm.
Such a threatening name.
He left the ship and I have been Roberts ever since. Said now that we've gone, I shall retire and hand the name over to someone else. Does everything clear to me?
Why do I feel like she wasn't following that at all? Because the look on her face, she still looked confused.
Yeah.
Now, I do absolutely love of how they did that right there, that sinkhole. That was such a brilliant, brilliant illusion. The ROUS. And by the way, it's just somebody in a costume, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't get that type of practical effect anymore.
Yeah. Very true.
Now, I'm going to say this. When you just came out of a something like that, there would be sand in so many places you don't want it. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, you're getting a lot more sand in your mouth, girl. Don't get me wrong, I've had sand in difficult places before, but when sand gets in your mouth, ugh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's it's like chewing on sandpaper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Where's an M16 machine gun when you need one?
Good.
Oh, come on, be honest. We all could use an assault rifle at that point.
Yeah.
What are the three towers of the past? One, the flame spotter. No problem. Popping sand preceding each, we can avoid that. Two, lightning sand.
Oh god, that mushroom back there just was oddly shaped. Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist. Bad timing. Just like awful, just like the worst timing to ever say it. Good look. Ow, ow, ow.
Yep.
Ew. Why does that thing look like a combination of a giant rat and a possum? What? Okay, Westley at that point's just like Scorpion, like, get over here. But first of all, like, quit standing there. Just like move. Jeez. Nibbling the toes. Yeah, that'll hurt. Smoking. Nice. Now with the cinch hair, you look like Don King.
Oh my god. You know, lucky.
Yeah, you didn't help by standing there. I'm just going to point it out. That is a beautiful forest right there.
It really is.
Again, this is why I really want to go to England, because it's so beautiful over there.
Mm-hmm.
It actually kind of reminds me of the Pacific Northwest, because it is wet a lot. It rains there so much.
Yeah.
Surrender to me. You will accept.
Goes.
Fool. How will you capture us? You know the secrets of the fire swamp. We can live there quite happily for some time, so whenever you feel like dying, feel free to visit.
Now, the question is, like, if you're going to live in the fire swamp, what are you going to eat?
Well, that's a very fair point.
What was that? Well, actually, I just realized what you're going to eat. You're going to eat rodents of unusual sizes. But, I mean, like, let's be honest, like, how tasty could rodents of unusual size be?
I swear it will be done.
Not for out of sight, take him back to Foreign and throw him in his fit of despair.
I swear it will be done.
Now, I want to mention this, that so the movie that I mentioned that Christopher Guest was in was Almost Heroes. Absolutely love that movie, and I cannot for the love of me. I'm looking at I guess was he a producer? No. I'm trying to. Yeah, he did act in Almost Heroes, and I can't find. Oh no, he didn't act in Almost Heroes. My fault. He was a director. My fault.
Interesting.
Well spoken, sir.
Oh, that I'm sorry. That was so weird.
You have 6 fingers on your right hand. Someone was looking for you.
Oh. Okay, I need another bottle and a half of aspirin for that one. So, I do know this for a fact. Christopher actually took a real butt of a sword and hit Cary over the head, and and what you just saw there, he actually knocked him out.
Oh shit.
God damn. I actually no, I really just have a headache after that one. I mean, wow. Oh. Yeah, I need a bottle and a half of aspirin right now. God damn. This freaking albino.
Yeah.
Uh, Mel Smith, by the way, doing the voice here. I've never really seen him. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything else. So, but he just played so well in this film. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I have seen him in something else. National Lampoon's European Vacation. But
Okay.
he was apparently the London hotel receptionist, but I've just really never seen him in anything else.
By the first one, must be very brave.
Okay, is that thing on your lip called forest herpes?
Oh God. I hate that so much.
Oh God. Oh my God, that's a beautiful dress she's wearing.
Yeah. Love that color.
Yeah, I actually do. Like that sky blue is a perfect color.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me, sounding like a fashion stylist. I swear.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Excuse me for having good sense of style, people. Okay.
God. Lovely.
I love the fact that E is chanting in. He's saying that Ireland seems like a nice place to live. It would be a nice place to live if Rosie O'Donnell didn't have a residence there.
Well,
Life isn't always fair.
I'm telling you, you're messing up the story. Now get it right.
Now, I actually see. Have you ever seen a kid get this emotional over a book?
no.
I can actually tell you there was a time where I was reading to what was it? It was one of my friends' kids. I read him like the entire Harry Potter series, and he got really emotional when I read him the books, and especially in Goblet of Fire when Cedric died.
Oh, geez.
Oh, he was pissed.
Damn. Well, I don't blame him.
Boo! Boo! Jesus Christ, I've forgotten how ugly this hag is.
Yeah.
Oh my God, ugh, she's got, ugh. You know, gingivitis is the #1 cause of all tooth decay.
Yeah.
Do you understand that, like, if this was actual medieval times, this woman would have been hanged and beheaded?
Mm-hmm.
Lady? What?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, lady, you have no room to be talking about anybody because you was an ugly, ugly hag.
Yeah, no thank you.
You had, I mean, for God's sakes, it looks like there was moss growing on her teeth.
I love Westley. I always have. I know now I always will. You tell me I must marry you in 10 days. Please believe I will be dead by morning.
Okay, come on, don't be overly dramatic.
I could never cause you grief.
Can we all be honest that, like, no person in the world is worth killing yourself over, for God's sakes?
Yeah.
Eh. And just notice the sleeves on this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord! It looks like they're wearing a 1960s couch.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Or no. Let's put it. Let me be a little bit nicer. 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is that their sleeves are not wrapped in plastic.
Well, yeah.
Please consider me as an alternative to suicide.
No. Just
Nope.
no. Mm-mm. No.
Let's not do that.
No. Let's put it this way. She would rather marry a rabid grizzly bear and drench herself in honey and salmon than marry you.
Where did that come from?
I have no... You know what? I have no idea. That was actually right there on the spot.
Shit.
And
well,
you know
there you
know
go.
something? I think you need to give me a little bit of credit for that one. Because that was actually kind of... That was pretty clever.
It was.
Secret note. It's about the file.
Jesus.
Starting on the machine tonight.
Real quickly, why did they just sound like a gay couple for a second? Tyrone, you know I love to watch you work.
Yeah.
And then right here, they really did kind of sound like a gay couple.
Yeah.
That's funny. Ugh. The suction cups on the side of his head. Oh God! They had to put the suction cups over his man nipples. Good God! Oh my God!
Cute.
I hate how I just notice little details like that. I hate sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a curse like that.
Well. Oh, cute.
Now I love Cary Elwes' acting right here. He is doing such a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Really, that's all this is. Except that instead of sucking water, I'm sucking life. I've just sucked 1 year of your life.
Okay, can we please give it up to Christopher Guest of just his acting style right here? Like, he is just putting on such a terrific evil person act right here.
Yeah.
This is for posterity, so be honest.
Damn.
I'm gonna assume he's not feeling great after having 1 year of his life sucked away.
You know, I wouldn't think so.
Mm-mm. By the way, I just found this out that Marjorie Mason played the heckling, the booing lady that right there. And here's a very interesting factoid. So, she did play in the live action 101 Dalmatians remake, and she played the lady who worked the trolley on the Hogwarts Express in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Oh my God.
Is that not? And she passed away in 2014 at the age of 100.
Yeah.
She died on January 26th. She was literally 9 months away from turning 101. Because she was born on September 27th.
That's crazy.
Oh, and I just found this out. It's right here on her bio. She got her diving certificate. She learned to become a scuba diver and got her diving certificate at the age of 81.
Damn.
You want to talk about a woman who's just be like, age is just a number. I'm gonna live my life.
Yeah.
You give him some trouble.
Why does he look like he could be a general in the Civil War with those sideburns? You know, I've actually been that drunk before, but I've never gotten to the point of yelling.
That's good.
Funny thing is, when I drink too much, I just get chatty. But let's be honest, like, how is that different from any other day?
Yeah. That's not a bad thing.
You sure? You surely are a meanie. Good God, yes. It's like putting your hand into a baseball mitt.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Oh. Okay, I can only imagine just like how bad his breath stinks.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay, that stew right there looks delicious.
Inigo of Bazzini's death and the existence of Count Rugen, the six-fingered man. Considering Inigo's lifelong search, he handled the news surprisingly well.
Sure, let's call it. Jeez. You know, that was actually not a bad way to get over, being drunk. Let's be honest.
True.
Okay, that for medieval time, the fact that somebody could actually count that high, you got to give it to him.
Vincent is dead.
Okay, it's Vizzini, not Venson. Whoops. Dialogue error.
That you were strength, you wasted me with Steve. You must have outfought Vizzini. And a man who can do that can plan making felons luck any day. That's all. For the years, at last my father's soul will be at peace. There will be blood tonight.
Now, the only thing I'm thinking of is, like, you are soaking wet and you really want to go out in those very wet clothes.
Eyes and report.
Steve's forest is empty. 39 guard the castle gate.
Double it.
To get those sideburns. It's like he was trying to grow a beard, and as soon as it got to his chin, he's just like, I'm going to give it up.
Yeah.
God.
Escort us to Florin Channel. But every ship in my armada waits to accompany us on our...
Oopsie. Mm-hmm. Forgot that, didn't you, smartass?
Yes, of course. Naturally not those four.
Mm-hmm.
Lies.
Okay.
In the words of Miracle Max's wife, liar! Liar!
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of the best parts of the entire movie was Billy Crystal and Carol Lane, their chemistry on screen, and the fact that Billy Crystal, one of the funniest actors and most funniest comedians of all time, like, I love it when Billy Crystal gets involved in a movie.
Yeah.
And of course, like, Billy Crystal is most famous for playing in Pixar's Monsters, Inc. as Mike Wazowski. Why? What are you going to do about it?
each other. So you might have been truly happy. Not one couple in a century has that chance, no matter what the story.
Boy.
Well, I think no man in a century will suffer as greatly as he will.
Oh dear. This is going to hurt.
Just a little.
Jesus Christ. Ugh.
So awful.
Very. The fact that the entire kingdom is hearing it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. Here. This is the sound of ultimate suffering. My heart made that sound when I got slaughtered my father. The man in black next to me now.
When in black?
Orloff is marrying another tonight. Who else has the cost for...
Now, I think this is hilarious because the year that that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody, I think it's kind of funny because Billy Crystal actually made a appearance in a film adaptation of Hamlet as a first gravedigger.
Oh, shoot.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Sorry, Nico. I didn't mean to jar him so hard.
I was gonna say, jogged his head a little too hard, didn't you?
He's doing his best.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Where close by is a man who can help us. We'll find him alone.
That really is, if it's an actual sword, that's such a beautifully crafted sword with that handle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at the albino the way he's laying in the wheelbarrow. I'm just trying to figure out, oh, by the way, we get to see just like how fake this sword is because why?
Mm-hmm. That's so bad. Oh my god.
That really is like, come on. You're telling me a steel's gonna bend like that? Oh, sweet. just laying there in the barrel.
This is no fun.
Grandpa.
Again, life isn't fair. Remember that.
Yeah.
Well, let me just put it this way. My life's not fair. But everybody else's lives are better. Cass is over here thinking, good God, stop being so negative.
No, I'm not. Damn.
She's like, quit. She's like, tease yourself more. Tease yourself more. We want to hear more about your misery.
God.
It makes for great. That line right there, by the way, he's like, Jesus, Grandpa, why'd you read me this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. A freaking, right there, the fridge. Oh, my gosh. Ugh. Willie Perry.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest friggin' football players of all time.
Money. I just hope it's enough to buy a miracle. That's all.
And here we go. My favorite part.
Yep.
To work for the king all those years.
The king's stinking son fired me, and thank you so much for bringing up such a son.
Well, you're at it. Why don't you give me a nice paper cut and I'll
I do know that a lot of his lines were improvised, especially that one.
You are the brute squad.
You are the Bruce Squad.
I'm retired. Besides, why would you want someone the king's stinking son fired? I might kill whoever you want to make the miracle.
He's already dead.
He is, huh? I'll take a look.
Bring him in.
First of all, can we please appreciate the makeup department of what they did to Crystal?
Yeah.
They did such a great job.
Rush me, sonny. Rush a miracle man, you get rotten miracles. You got never worked for so little, except once, and that was a very noble.
Now, I love that Billy Crystal just has that stereotypical New York accent.
Yeah.
You a rotten liar. First, that's another thing that I loved right there. He's like, he called him straight out. He's like, are you a rotten liar? And again, you got Billy Crystal over here having that typical Brooklyn accent or New Yorker accent, like with the Jewish type of oy vey, that type of accent. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. Really doesn't fit.
It really does.
Usually only one thing that you could do. What's that? Let do his clothes and look for loose change.
That's so fucked.
What's so important? What you got here that's worth living for?
Fills his lungs with air and he just pushes on it and gets an answer.
Except for nice MLT. Mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich when the mutton is nice and lean.
Cute.
Too blay. Give me a break. Liar! You know what? These are the two Jewish people that live in England, and I swear to God, these two made it so well in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm not listening. No, nobody.
I'm making better Humperdinck's office.
Now, Billy Crystal actually said he improvised that right there, and I love it. Damn. It looks like a chocolate raisin.
Chocolate coating makes it go down easier. You have to wait 15 minutes for potency. You can go on swimming after for at least what?
An hour.
An hour. Have fun storming the castle. It'll take a miracle. That's my... That's just my favorite line in the movie.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, boys. Have fun storming the castle. It's like their kids went out and played and be like, we're going to go storm the castle. When I first saw this movie as, I want to say I was about 11 years old, I could not stop laughing when it came to Billy Crystal.
Damn.
And Billy Crystal and Carol Kane were absolutely perfect for that role.
Yes.
I guess not very long.
Max, make a bill to bring you back. Are we enemies? Why am I on this loop?
I'm curious why he doesn't remember, by the way.
Summer, Buttercup is marry Humperdinck and leave the lesser half an hour. So all we have to do is get in, break up the wedding, steal the princess, by Darsky, after I kill Rugen.
Sure. That doesn't sound complicated at all.
Right.
Always been a quick healer. Mm. Yeah. is him acting so limp, by the way. Over the albino. Because they really... Ugh.
Yeah.
That is one of the most very unfortunate names for a cloak, is a Holocaust cloak.
It really is.
Oh, God.
Need a sword eventually. Why? Take my life one. It's hardly common knowledge, is it?
Okay, so I just looked this up. So a Holocaust cloak is also a name for a cloak of flames, which is a heavy garment and is meant to ignite either due to the rage of the wearer as punishment or on command from the wearer. Interesting. I did not know that. Oh, that again, that dress looks amazing on her.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this right now, that does not that blue on him does not look good at all. Ugh. It works on Princess Buttercup. It doesn't work great for him. Oh dear God. I'm already about to laugh so hard right now.
Yeah.
The hair lip priest. Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
Mow. My side hurts. Oh dear God. Oh, my side actually hurts from laughing. Oh. Light him. Wow.
Aww.
Woo. Wow. Oh my God, I can't do it with this dude. Ah.
Oh gosh.
Whenever I get married, can I please have that priest do my wedding? God. I would absolutely love it if I had a priest do that at my wedding. Or whoever's marrying me, just do that.
Princess.
Princess Buttercup. God. Oh. I think I need to go to the hospital. I think I might have just broke several ribs because I was trying not to laugh so hard.
God.
Oh my God. Oh, I just noticed that Westley actually tied his little, has a man bun, by the way. How have I not noticed that the whole movie?
Dark One and the Giant. Leave the third question.
See, I'll say this. Going in one at a time was not smart at all. Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Gosh.
Zoop! Coward. Now, we were always taught not to run with scissors. Does it count with swords, too?
Yeah.
Jesus. I just love this right here. He's just like, hold it. And pounding on that door for I don't know how long, and then Fezzik comes along and just be like, allow me, bang.
Yep.
You've always been so kind. Seeing you again. I'm killing myself once we reach the honeymoon suite.
I'm going to go out on a limb and assume he either has dementia or Alzheimer's. That's why he's acting that weird.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Because that's exactly how people react to someone saying, I'm going to kill myself. Won't that be nice?
Yeah.
Andre's just like, where to now?
Right.
Now, my only thing is like, was there a sleeve that knife was in? Because that's the only explanation that I can understand that, ow! Just ow.
Must be that little Spanish brat I taught a lesson to all those.
I just noticed that big old fire pit right there in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Your whole life only to fail now. I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Get bent.
Well, damn.
I'm serious. Good Lord. That's again, these knives are just like so huge.
Mm-hmm.
There's a shortage of perfect breasts in this world. To be a pity to damage yours. Such a very well-timed comment, by the way.
Yeah.
Gently. Oh, stop! God damn it! I already have a headache. Stop banging everybody's heads against things.
Honestly.
For God's sakes. Must I say it again? Now I need another bottle. I feel like I've gone through 3.5 bottles of aspirin at this point in time.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Ow! Ow! What? Jeez. He just. Ugh.
Jesus Christ.
I just seriously, like. Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Make him. Oh! Ow! I want my father back, you son of a bitch. Just an absolute perfect revenge. Perfect revenge kill. You know, now that I just think about it, that was actually perfect William Shakespeare type of revenge.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. It all happened so fast.
Never happened.
It's never happened.
Say it. You didn't do it. Wouldn't you agree, Your Highness?
A technicality that will shortly be remedied.
You know, he is actually right. They are not technically, they are definitely not married because they didn't go through the whole ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm quite familiar with it.
Real quickly, the way he just said that, he was like, he was so calm. He's like, I'm not quite familiar with that term.
Maybe the first time in my life a man has dared insult me.
Well, send me back in time. I'll definitely insult you plenty times.
Honestly.
Bring Cass with me. She'll insult you even
Hell
worse than I
yeah.
could.
That's very true.
Oh, by the way, does he not, like, give off some Gaston vibes?
He really does. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Your ears you keep, and I'll tell you why. So that every shriek of every child at seeing your hideousness will be yours to cherish.
I absolutely love this monologue because it makes so much sense, like, to the pain.
What is that thing will echo in your perfect ears. That is what the pain means. It means I leave you in anguish. In freakish
Ultimate revenge. Want to try it? Want to dare him? Please dare him.
Conceivable, you miserable vomitous mass.
He's just getting off more and more insults, and I love it.
Right.
Perhaps I have the strength after all.
But the expression on his face.
Time up. Which side do you like?
Oh!
Yeah.
With you. In that case,
Westley need helping.
He has no strength. I knew it. I knew you were bluffing. I knew he was bluffing.
Then why didn't you call your... Seriously, why didn't you call his bluff?
Mm-hmm.
horses. And I thought you are forward. Where we find the lady.
Hello, lady.
Oh my goodness.
Ah.
There's something right.
That's kind of cruel if you think about it. Like the fact that he actually said that.
Very strange. I've been in the revenge business so long.
I think it's kind of weird because this is actually kind of like the first podcast that me and Cass have like been locked onto the movie and haven't talked as much.
Right?
I feel like
it's like we're so invested.
I feel like that's so weird because I mean I'll say this, I have done most of the heavy lifting talking wise, but it's so weird to be so invested in a movie where we don't really talk that much. It's so strange because you guys know us. We're chatterboxes.
Reach for each other.
What?
I was kissing again. You don't want to hear that.
I don't mind so much.
Okay.
Since the invention of the kiss, there have been 5 kisses that were rated the most passionate, the most pure.
By the way, I just remembered that this scene was in the movie Employee of the Month.
Damn.
I don't know if you remember that movie. Oh God, I think it was David Arquette that played that was in the movie. Let me see. Oh no, Dane Cook was in the movie. Dane Cook and Jessica Simpson was in that movie.
Oh shit.
It was definitely like not a great film, I'll say that, but it was a funny film nonetheless.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting because a movie can be like somewhat bad but somewhat decent and still be funny as hell.
Right.
Aww.
Wow.
Ugh.
That's crazy.
That really is. Alrighty, everybody. Well, that is The Princess Bride, and like I said, holy crap, both me and Cass were just we were so into this movie that we could barely just talk.
Honestly.
It's that good of a movie. And here's the thing, I thought it was funny because we were invested in Titanic, but we seemed to just talk more.
Well, it's probably because like we both know the story. Again, I haven't seen this in such a long time, so I was like,
I agree. I haven't seen this in forever too, and I was, oh man, I couldn't stop getting invested in this. But before we get out of here, of course, we need to give our review of this movie and of course our score. And I think since this was my selection, I think Cass has the honor of taking it away first. So go ahead, Cass.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you. So I really did enjoy this movie. It was honestly as if I was watching it for the first time again, because that's what it felt like. But like I said, hadn't seen it in a while, but all the characters were so likable, and Andre the Giant, he's such a sweetie. Like the entire movie, he made me laugh so much. And the story itself is so vibrant and fun, and it's such a timeless movie. So honestly, I think I have to give this a 10 out of 10.
And you know what? And here's the thing. What Cass just said right here is absolutely true. This is, when it comes to storytelling from a cinematic point of view, you have got to get the story spot on. And this is, of course, based on an actual book. And the fact that they brought this book to life and absolutely just, I mean, couldn't have killed this in a better way. And this is something, because my thoughts on turning a novel into, a Hollywood cinematic film is a very hard thing to do. Or, excuse me, it's a very easy thing to do. It's so easy to fuck it up, though.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And with this movie, there was nothing that they messed up on. They didn't mess up on anything. The characters were so memorable. This movie is probably one of the best quoted movies of all time. Mm-hmm. One of the funniest films of all time. Every actor and actress that was part of this film were picked so effing well by the producers, by the production team. Everything was just absolutely spot on. And I cannot give this score anything below a 10 out of 10.
Yep.
I can't. And with that's the second straight 10 out of 10 from us.
That's crazy.
That really is. Like, we've given so many 10s.
Really have, yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, wanted to give you guys a heads up. So because of Cass's schedule change, we are going to be doing the podcast on Thursdays now, hopefully, I believe. Is it every Thursday now?
I'm pretty sure this was my first week at that place, and this is the first week that I have a schedule. They haven't told me anything else, so...
Okay, well, we'll keep you guys in the loop, all right?
Yes.
But it should be still on a consistent basis of every Wednesday or Thursday, but
yes.
With that being said, though, before we get out of here, we have one more... let me go ahead and count down. So we have 1, 2, 3... We have 3 weeks to go, by the way, before we start our summer movie series bonanza.
Damn.
When we get started on Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. We get started on the Harry Potter series. We go back and watch these movies. So we have 3 more weeks of selections. Cass has the honor of doing 2 selections, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I have picked out... It was a very hard decision that I had to choose for not next week, but the following week.
Yeah.
And I want to give you guys a hint. It is a Disney movie. And it is a timeless Disney movie of all time, by the way. It's a very underlooked Disney film, by the way. So I just wanted to point that out. I'm not going to spoil anything else. But with all that being said, Cass, your choice for next week.
So funny you mentioned a Disney movie. But
tell me we're doing a double feature.
Well, it's not a Disney movie, but it's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
So I am choosing Monsters Inc.
What is it?
Monsters Inc. Yes.
Wow. So it is actually technically a Disney movie because Pixar is part of Disney. Well, true. But wow. So you want to talk about a great selection. Monsters Inc. is by far one of the most memorable. So we get, you know what? I think it's hilarious because we just had Billy Crystal in this film. We get Billy Crystal in the next movie.
Hell yeah!
Yay! So excited!
Yippee!
I haven't watched that movie. Anika and I actually watched that movie once, and I cannot remember for the love of God. And that was the last time I ever watched that film. So I'm now officially looking forward to watching this again because Monsters Inc. is just hands down one of the most memorable Pixar Disney films of all freaking time.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
We basically have a double feature from next week and the week after that. Cass has selected a Pixar film. I got a Walt Disney film, and you guys are going to love my choice, but I absolutely love Cass's choice right here.
Yay.
But with all of that being said, of course, it is time that we retire and end this podcast. I hope you guys did enjoy this audio podcast. If you guys want to listen to this podcast, pull us up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We are available on all of those good sites. And also, if you are a new subscriber to this channel, please do be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to hit the little bell icon. That way you get notified when we go live for podcasts like this or when we post content. And content is coming in exactly 2 weeks. We are looking forward to posting more content, and I promise you guys, there will be consistent content coming out. With all that being said, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, and have a good night, whatever time that you are tuning into this video, in this live audio podcast. For me and Cass, that is a cut, wrap, and print.